Hi everybody, thanks very much for joining me once again. Saj Sadek here, bringing you an update regarding Pakistan cricket. And for once, it's good news, isn't it? That feel-good factor is back after Pakistan won the tri-series against Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. I think for many people, Pakistan went into the tournament as second favourites, which, if you'd said to me a few years ago that Pakistan would be second favourites to Afghanistan, I would have been very surprised. But such has been the recent form and such has been the progress of Afghanistan cricket that really it's fairly it's right that Pakistan went into this tournament as second favourites, really, behind a very consistent and much improved Afghanistan side who were very familiar with those conditions in Sharjah. So, overall, in the tri series, Pakistan lost once to Afghanistan below par, rusty, not a great performance that against Afghanistan. But they won all the rest of the matches. They beat Afghanistan twice, which is a good achievement, I think, as I say, in those conditions, which are ideal for the Afghanistan spinners. That's where their strength is, the spinners. But I think Pakistan gave them a taste of their own medicine, really, in the final. Packed the team with spinners, with a variety of spinners as well. And it the tactic worked absolutely brilliantly, didn't it? With Mohammad Nawaz leading the way. And conditions, I think, for the Asia Cup coming up in the UAE will be similar to Sharjah. I don't think it'll be as spin friendly, and I don't think teams will be able to pack the bowling lineup with so many spinners. So you'd expect that most teams probably go into the tournament with a couple of spinners, given that the matches are going to be played in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which, as I say, are slightly different to the low, slow turning tracks of Sharjah. But nonetheless, conditions will not be totally foreign to the likes of Pakistan. And I think it's a major advantage that teams such as Pakistan and Afghanistan and UAE have played in this tournament ahead of the Asia Cup, because I think the other teams might be a little bit rusty when they come into it, and they won't have had the practice matches and the tournament matches of this tri-series that Pakistan and Afghanistan and the UAE have had. So really, those three teams, and especially Pakistan, having won the tournament, should go into the Asia Cup full of confidence, um, with a lineup that they think can succeed in such a tournament. I think in 7 matches in Sharjah for this tri-series, the team that batted first won every single match, which you can see that the conditions were always going to be tough batting second. But as I say, conditions slightly different in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. But when you've won a tournament, when you've won a tri-series tournament against two of your rivals, then you're going to be brimming with confidence. And they've proved quite a few people wrong, because I think we were told that Afghanistan are suddenly the second best team in Asia now in the T20 format. But I think Pakistan have rammed that down the throats of a few Afghanistan fans, and those people that were saying, well, Pakistan aren't as good as Afghanistan in T20 cricket. So as I say, familiarity, no excuses really for Pakistan. They go into this Asia Cup, they should be full of confidence, having won a trophy. Seems like ages since Pakistan won a trophy. But yeah, confidence. The team should be confident. The captain should be confident as well. There should be a lot of self-belief. There should be a lot of desire to carry on that winning mentality. So I'm very hopeful. I think going into the tri series against against Afghanistan and UAE, I wasn't so sure about the squad. I wasn't so sure about the depth in batting, which is still a bit of a concern. But I think to go in and win that tournament is, it's going to do a lot of good for their confidence and self-belief. I think the Pakistan bowling was excellent in the tri series, particularly the spinners. Obviously, as I say, the pitches were so suited to spinners that the likes of Sufyan Mukim, Mohammad Nawaz, who was absolutely amazing throughout the tournament, Abrar Ahmed, and the backup bowlers, the backup spinners, as Salman Ali Agha, and even Sam Ayub, chipped in with some important overs and wickets as well. So basically, you've got 5 spin options there, and they're all slightly different as well, and they all offer Pakistan something different. So to have those 5 spin options, I'm not saying that all 5 will be played in the Asia Cup because pitch is slightly different in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. But to have those 5 options and then your paces there, Hassan Ali, the all-round bowler, Fahim Ashraf, Haris Rauf, Shaheen Shafidi. That gives the captain so many bowling options and the coach so many bowling options to bring into the team. If somebody's not performing well, you've got a couple of backups there. So really pleased with the bowling at the moment. I think in these conditions in the UAE, Pakistan's bowling is as good as anything in the world, I think. And on any given day, as we saw in that final where they skittled Afghanistan, they have the ability, they have the variety, they have the skills to skittle any opposition out and cause any batting lineup problems. Concerns fielding. We've been saying that for many years. We've always said that about Pakistan cricket, that one of the weak areas is the fielding. And unfortunately, I think even under Mike Heston, that fielding, whilst at times it's showing signs of improvement, I think overall the fielding is still a major weakness. We saw dropped catches, so many dropped catches, some very simple catches dropped by Pakistan, misfields, some bad throws, people not backing up, just general basic things that you're taught as young cricketers when you're coming through the ranks. And for international cricketers to make such mistakes at this level is unforgivable. And in close matches, if you can save 5, 10 runs in the field through good catches or good fielding, then it makes all the difference, especially in the big matches in the against the tougher opposition. Yeah, the lesser teams, the so-called lesser teams, with all due respect, will give you opportunities. They'll give you another chance. But I think when you're playing the likes of Sri Lanka, India, etc., in this Asia Cup, they won't be so generous. So I think the fielding still has a lot of room for improvement. The batting was a mixed bag, really, wasn't it, at the Tri-Nation Series? At times, Pakistan's batting flowed really well, but other times it really struggled. I think you need consistency at the top of the order, and Saibzada Farhan and Saim Ayub are both very capable batters in this format. Both guys who, if they can get going, will score runs very quickly. They can demolish opposition bowling lineups, but there's that element of consistency which is missing from both of them at the moment. Saim Ayub, we know, is a wonderful batter. He can win any match single-handedly, and so can Saibzada Farhan, I think. But I think they just got to show a little bit more patience at times, and not throw their wicket away, which unfortunately they have been doing in recent times. I think it's good to see Fakhar Zaman score that 50, which was his first 50 after a long time. That will give him confidence. He's key, obviously batting at number 3. He can hold that batting lineup together, and that top 3 of Saibzada Farhan, Saim Ayub, and Fakhar Zaman. You can expect fireworks on a good day. So that top 3 looks more than capable. Mohammad Harris with the bat, I think he needs to show a lot of improvement. He's under a little bit of pressure after those remarks he made about Babar Azam needing to bat a little bit quicker. So the scrutiny is there. People are keeping a close eye on his performances, and I just think he's better. He's a better batter than what we've seen. We saw him recently score that 100, and but these last 10, 11 innings, he's really struggled. And I don't know whether it's a confidence thing or whether there's some mental issues there in terms of lacking that self-belief almost. But I think I'd like to see Mohammad Harris sort of showing the world what he can do, showing the world what he's very capable of, because we know he's a better batter than what we've seen in recent times. The likes of Hassan Nawaz as well, that little bit of inconsistency there. We see him a couple of times and he bats really well, but then, he's he'll throw his wicket away, play a silly shot, which at this level, at the highest level, you shouldn't be doing. It's criminal to throw your wicket away, especially when you're settled in. But we've seen Hassan Nawaz; he's more than capable of winning matches single-handedly, which is fantastic for such a young cricketer. I think we're yet to see the best of him, and I'm hoping that the Asia Cup is a tournament where he could show the world what he is capable of. I just want him to use his head a little bit more. I want him to, show a little bit more patience and control his batting, control that tempo. Because yeah, we know he can hit big shots, but it's not just about hitting big fours and big sixes. Sometimes it's about working the ball around, and especially in tough conditions. And you've got the likes of Salman Ali Agha, who I think is growing as a leader. I think he's growing as a cricketer as well. I think in all facets of the game, he's proving to everybody that maybe he was the right choice, because I think many felt that when he was made T20 captain that he wasn't the right man. He was brought in because of his connections, which I think is a little bit unfair, because he's showing that already he's got a sharp brain. He's got he backs himself, he backs his team, and I think he's one of those captains who the guys want to play their best for. And then you've got lower order batters like Mohammad Nawaz, who can score important runs, even Shaheen Shah Afridi. So, but overall, I think the batting needs to show more consistency and a little bit more caution at times, because I think too many of the players have this tendency to throw their wicket away, which I think you can't do in these big tournaments. I think Agha's captaincy, as I say, Salman Ali Agha's captaincy is improving. He's showing that he's a good leader, and I think, as I said before, the team are beginning to believe in him. I think the coach is backing him, which is good, a good sign as well. I think Mike Hesson has a lot of belief in these players, and especially Salman Ali Agha as well. So I think going into the Asia Cup, I think India are probably favourites for obvious reasons. Their record in T20 cricket and in these conditions is phenomenal, really. But I think Pakistan could go into this Asia Cup believing in themselves, and I think Pakistan are real challengers for the Asia Cup, and they could surprise one or two people, and who knows, maybe win this tournament, which would be amazing. Back-to-back wins in Asia, it's not beyond their capability, and I think Pakistan could surprise a few people. So good luck to all the teams, especially Pakistan. Should be a fantastic tournament. Thanks for watching.